Well, first, condolences to Kevin Mackey, former head coach at Cleveland State. Got a chance to get to know him, invited him back. Hadn't been back in a long time when I was a head coach there. That's a blow to the institution, obviously to the coaching profession, and those that he mentored. Thanks to the fans that showed up tonight. They made a difference. Obviously, having a home court advantage, you can hear how loud it got once we went on that 8-point run or had that 8-point possession. The other thing is these guys fought. They did a great job, tremendous work defensively. 13-minute mark, our guys just decided to defend at that point, and we decided to rebound. Not happy about the rebounding margin very early in the game. Got offset, and it was an uphill battle. But Crews, guards like Jayden Stone, Mark Mitchell, they pulled us out, so I'm thankful.
Questions?
Jacob, Coach says with 13 minutes left, you guys decided to rebound. What changed? What was the mindset shift there?
I think the way we played defense kind of helped us rebound. You know, we had guards active at the top with their hands, getting deflections, so it left them having to, one, you know, be careful with their passes, but it rushed them. So, you know, the shots they took, you know, some of the guys were in a scramble. It was easier for us to speed them up and then have positioning to get the rebounds. You know, they were comfortable in the beginning, and I think that's what led them to get, you know, a better rebound margin. But, again, I think it started with the guards' defense up top.
Coach, 41 of your team's 83 points were from players coming off the bench. What did you see from your team tonight in terms of the depth, especially the guy sitting next to you?
I saw unselfishness, next man up mentality, guys cheering for each other who were not subbed into the game. I made an adjustment in certain ways with substitution patterns, kept shooters on the court because of their defense from a pack line standpoint. We were able to then open up some lanes and alleys for Mark Mitchell because we knew they were going to heavy dig. Ultimately, I just think our guys were able to execute that game plan, and it just speaks about our depth. The depth of our team and even the strength of our team is in the numbers, and these guys are always cheering and always being ready.
Jacob, you talked about being more comfortable and playing more freely going into this season. How did that feel tonight specifically? Like, what went into that performance?
Definitely it started with, like, the rebounds, you know, the energy, you know, and the guys – you know, they like to, you know, we feed off each other, you know, and seeing the guys give me energy, and obviously Coach instills it in me, like, if I have that shot, take it. You know, he never gets upset with me about any shot, so that helps a lot when you got a head coach who's behind you on it. He set a goal for me, and he's just like, you know, real chill about just letting it come to you. He'll never get on to you, so I think that just leads me to have, you know, the ultimate confidence to let it fly, and then obviously my teammates give that same energy back.
Coach, I think all but 2 of your guys' rebounds in the second half came from non-bigs. What did you like, especially from the 2 guys next to you in terms of rebounding in the second half?
I love the positioning and the fight of blocking out no matter who's there. I think Jayden Stone probably shows his athleticism the most because he's able to sky very high to get a rebound, especially when he's in position to do it. Crews had some in traffic that he grabbed with 2 hands, and I think our guys, from a lower body standpoint, won the positioning war to be able to go explode and get rebounds how we needed them to get them. At the end of the day, it just takes that fight that they had, and they finally dialed into it. Questions for Jayden, please.
Jayden, I think your dunk finished off either 14-0 or a 16-0 run in a very short period of time. When it gets going like that, like, is that just a contagious feeling for those couple minutes?
Yeah, it feels really good to be on the end of a run for the team, to help the team out, just do a little bit to give the energy and to supply so that it's not much of a letdown when the bench comes in and the starters have come out. So, yeah, I just try to give energy.
For Jayden and Jacob, what opened up in that run? It seemed like Minnesota was really contesting some shots and making it difficult for shot creation earlier in the game, but that run just seemed to really open up for you guys. What changed in that short period?
Probably, I mean, it's just we just fed off Mark, honestly, because they were so keyed in on him that it just makes it so easy for Crews and I to get, catch and shoot shots. So obviously we come from institutions where, we're creating and stuff. So when we come here, it just makes the game so much easier. So it's really Mark and Biggs that, can draw on guys, Ant that can collect too and just spray it out to us for catch and shoot shots.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely agree with what he said, and again, I second the fact that the defense, Stone had 3 steals, T.O. had 2, I think, and I think that led it to the quick buckets, fast break. That's deflating to any offense. So obviously, we got quick buckets right there, free baskets. I think Mark did a great job, passing the ball, getting assists, and once he did that, they started coming out to us a little bit more, and that gave him the and ones. I think he fought a long game, playing 35 minutes. I think he, was a huge key emphasis on their game plan, and we had to step up for him, and I'm grateful to have the opportunity to.
Jayden and Jacob, just what have you thought of Nicholas Randall and the progress he's made this offseason? What do you think has led him to be prepared to be able to play 4 minutes in the second half in a game like this?
Yeah, well, I'm actually on the same practice squad with him, and he's probably definitely the most vocal guy for that second squad. So to be able to do that as a freshman, it kind of it's enlightening for the team, because sometimes we come, as seniors with a bit of complacency, and he's always on you about everything, and it can get on your nerves at times, but at the same time, where it's coming from is a good place. So everybody's pulling to see him do well, and that speaks to the character of Nick. So, as his opportunity continues to grow, he'll definitely step into that, because he speaks life about himself and to others. So yeah.
Coach, T.O. Barrett played the majority of the minutes in that second half. What did you like from him down the stretch of this game?
T.O. is going to be a great basketball player. He has to simplify the game a little bit more and lower some risks that he usually has been successful in high school taking. At the college level, he's not. So what I like the most is his versatility. Defensively, if he's sound, he can take the first drive or the first bump. He can, obviously, with his size, deflect passes. I truly believe he's one of the better passers on our team. He is very good at getting in the paint. We have to make sure that he continues to be vocal. That's something that he's learning to do, no different than Ant had to learn it. I think he'll continue to grow, and you'll continue to see the games like that where he's 8-3-3 consistently. I do think back on Nicholas Randall. Nicholas Randall gave us a spark today, and you saw that in the second half, and he just stayed ready. Sean was in a little fog today, didn't really give us what we needed, especially on that defensive end. Wasn't grabbing the rebounds that I thought he should have gotten. But the one thing is Nicholas Randall was able to go in, play with his hips, play with a lower center of gravity, and bump those guys, or at least wedge them out of that direction of offensive rebounding. Although he didn't come up with a total number of them, he still stopped his guy, and I thought he got his hands on a couple basketballs.
Coach, with the switch to the zone in the first half, what led to that switch, and then how did that allow the team to start getting back into the game and eventually take that lead heading into halftime?
What led to it was just the simple fact that our guys was always a step late. And I think you guys saw that in the first half. A step late to the rebound, step late to the closeout, step late in great positioning. So at least in the zone, we get positioning. I wanted to disrupt their time, and which that zone did allow us to do. I wanted to save it for the second half, but I had to pull that card very quickly in the first as I saw the game getting away from us. Sebastian Mack had a great start to the game. Lord knows where we would be at this moment if he had not stepped up and do what he can do well, and that's score the basketball. I thought he allowed the game to come to him, and he took the opportunities that was presented. So it just gave us great defensive positioning and allowed us to at least try to rebound, but ultimately we didn't do a good job in that first half rebounding.
So, Coach, along those lines of rebounding, they had about 10 more shots in the first 27 minutes of this game because of that. What does it say about your team that you guys were only down 1 in that situation, allowed you guys to have the comeback you did?
Well, we went into the half with a lead. and that's what I look at. The rebounding percentage, we didn't have a great percentage either. I think offensive rebounding, I don't know the last time I seen a team with 0 offensive rebounds for that period of time, but we had a high field goal percentage. I just think our guys banded together. It's great to see the versatility of how we can win despite some downfalls in our stat sheet. It just shows our versatility. It shows our guys being able to bounce back. It shows the resilience that they have in their character to execute the game plan. We just have to continue to mold ourselves and get to a point where we're doing it for 40 minutes. And once we're able to do that, who knows where we'll be at.
What was Mark giving you that you played him for 36 minutes tonight?
Him and Ant has to play 30-plus minutes for us to be successful. I truly believe that. From a defensive standpoint, Mark Mitchell was able to draw 2 guys at all times. So from a scouting report standpoint, I wanted to execute that scouting report because at that point the game would be easy for our guys. Ant Robinson the same way, being able to get in the lane like Jayden Stone mentioned, the gravity that was produced. Now you look at who I subbed around them. I put in Jayden Stone. I put in Jacob Crews, Sebastian Mack. T.O. Barrett spelled a couple minutes for Ant Robinson when he got into a little quick foul trouble. But I wanted to keep those dominoes falling by Mark Mitchell drawing 2 guys. So we had to increase his touches. If you watch the first half, they minimized his touches. I don't think he got a post feed or a touch as much as he did in the second, and I think that's what helped us.
Dennis, I know you guys put out a couple statements earlier today, but the win combined with today being signing day, can you just speak to kind of the momentum you feel around your program right now?
Well, the most important recruit is the guys on our team, and I say that all the time. The guys within our program that's wearing a jersey is the most important recruit. I have to recruit them every day, and that's my job to build a relationship with them. By way of that, they're able to show the amount of love that I show, the amount of care that I take with our culture to our guests. I don't ask them to do nothing different but be themselves. I encourage our recruits, parents, to all talk to our players, go call a random parent. I don't have to tee that up. I think ultimately our guys, the main recruiters, are the guys in our program and the culture that exists. I'm thankful for the guys that are in this class, being able to have a #1 class in the country at this stage. I don't know when it has happened at Missouri. I have no clue, but right now on signing day, that's where we are in several areas. There's only 2 guys I can obviously publicly speak about right now. Aiden Chronister, a young man that I truly believe is going to be a great basketball player for us by way of Arkansas. Had a long-lasting relationship with him, his family, being able to understand his needs and his development. He's just gotten better and better and better, and comes from a great family. So I thank his parents for the amount of support that they have shown, but also the support or even the want to for Aiden Chronister to want to play for me. Tony Bryant, a kid that we identified early in the process. I'm thankful. He has an unbelievable story and a journey. His mom and brother are right there by his side. Comes from a great coaching or great program with a great coach. And they have done a tremendous job in allowing me to build a relationship with them. The one thing that I look at is how they fit with our culture, how they fit with our guys, and it's been seamless. If our guys came at some point in time and said, Coach, he's not a good fit, I wouldn't sign any kid. But we don't cast a wide net when it comes down to focusing on kids. We may have a lot of offers, but when it comes down to building a relationship, we key in on the specifics. I'm thankful of what our fans consistently put on social media. Kids and parents read social media. It matters what we put on social media as fans, as supporters of the program, as alumni and former players. And it's been nothing but positive feedback in that way. When they see these seats filled, it's the same thing when Jayden Stone sees video of Missouri basketball when he's Googling what he needs to Google during the time of recruitment, and even Jacob Crews you know, Jayden Stone, you know, he pretty much committed before even a visit, right? Yeah, I mean, so it means something, man. And I think ultimately the recruiting, it takes a village. Our staff is top notch. We have several guys that will be first-time head coaches on our staff. And to be able to have that feather in their cap of this type of results will allow them to get a program, because now it's modern day recruiting, especially with the portal, high school, and obviously the retention. So you got to recruit those three areas, and we have done a great job doing that here at Missouri.
All right, thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
MIZ.